I couldn't believe it. It had been 20 years since we graduated from college, and we were finally all back together for our reunion. We had all gone our separate ways after graduation, but we had stayed in touch over the years. We were all excited to see each other again and catch up on what we had been up to. We had rented out the old college frat house for the weekend, and we were having a great time. We were drinking, laughing, and telling stories about our college days. But then, something strange happened. One of our friends, John, disappeared. We looked everywhere for him, but we couldn't find him. We called the police, but they couldn't find him either. We were all starting to get worried. We didn't know what had happened to John, and we were starting to think the worst. The next day, we were all sitting around the living room, talking about John. We were trying to figure out what could have happened to him. Suddenly, we heard a noise outside. We all went to the window, and we saw a figure standing in the shadows. "Who's there?" I called out. The figure didn't move. "John," I said, "is that you?" The figure still didn't move. We all stood there, frozen in fear. We didn't know what to do. Then, the figure turned and walked away. We watched as it disappeared into the darkness. We didn't know what to think. Was it John? Or was it something else? We decided to go and investigate. We went outside and searched the area, but we couldn't find anything. We were starting to think that we had imagined the whole thing. But then, we heard the noise again. This time, we knew it wasn't our imagination. We followed the sound, and it led us to the basement of the frat house. We opened the door to the basement, and we all gasped. John was there. He was hanging from the ceiling, dead. We were all in shock. We couldn't believe what we were seeing. We called the police again, and they came and took John's body away. We were all questioned by the police, but we didn't know anything. We had no idea who would have killed John. The police told us that we were not allowed to leave the frat house until the murder mystery was solved. But as the days passed, we lost 4 more guys in mysterious ways, all dead. We were all scared. We didn't know who was killing our friends, and we didn't know if we would be next. The next few days were a blur. We were all on edge, and we were constantly looking over our shoulders. We didn't know what was happening, and we didn't know how to stop it. Finally, after 2 weeks, we came to know that the killer was the ghost of a guy who had been killed by our friends 20 years ago. His body was found in the old building, which was under construction close to the college. The ghost had been haunting the frat house, and it had finally decided to take its revenge. We were all relieved that the case was solved, but we were also still scared. We didn't know if the ghost was gone for good, or if it would come back for us. We decided to leave the frat house and never come back. We never saw the ghost again, but we never forgot what happened. Even after 20 years, revenge can still be a dangerous thing.